Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atira binti Kamarudin from AP 229 Degree 4A, and I will explain a little bit about equipment and machinery used for construction. My explanation consists of 7 parts, which are introduction, earthwork, trenching, truck and hauling, compaction, concreting, and hosting equipment and machinery. Selection of different types of heavy equipment depends on the size of the work and economy of the project. Machineries and equipment are one of the most important resources to be managed. The cost may vary from the range 20% to 40% of total construction cost. The first one is earthwork equipment and machinery. Earthwork is the method of excavation, transporting and compacting the earth surface at the new site excavation. Transportation, unloading and compaction are the 4 major processes of earthwork. The purpose of doing earthwork is to create engineering works from the soil, to lay out foundations for building a structure, leveling of areas under development of building, and removal of masses of earth. First, bulldozer. Bulldozer is type of excavating equipment which are used to remove the topsoil layer up to depth. The next one is backhoe loaders. It's suitable for multiple purpose. This is well useful for excavating trenches below the machine level. And the last one is excavators. It has many uses like heavy lifting, demolition, river dredging, and cutting trees. The second one is trenching equipment and machineries. It used to dig trenches, especially for laying pipes or electrical cables, installation drainage, or in preparation for trench warfare. The purpose of this equipment to cut pavement, drainage construction, wires installation, and shoveling soil. Wheel trencher is a tooth metal wheel that can keep constant soil working angle with a relatively small wheel diameter. Next is chain trencher. It cuts with digging chain or belt that is driven around a rounded metal frame. And the last one is micro trencher. It's specially designed for work in urban area. It is fitted with a cutting wheel that cuts micro trench with smaller dimensions. The third equipment is truck and hauling. Truck and hauling equipment or machinery usually used to dump materials. There are some classifications related when choosing trucks, which are the size and type of engine, the number of gears, the total of wheel, method of dumping, class of material, and their capacity. There are 3 major types of trucks, which are side dump truck, bottom dump truck, and rear dump trucks. All 3 have the same function, and the difference is how the materials being dumped. This is how the production of trucks work. They will load the material or masses of earth, haul them to designated area and dump it. The truck will return to the construction site, and it will continue until the dump is clear from the site. Using small trucks than larger trucks has advantages and disadvantages. Small truck is more flexible, has higher speeds and less loss in production when broke down. Somehow, it is difficult for the excavator to load owing to the small target. More drivers also required as the number of trucks are increased. Greater number of trucks may increase the danger of units branching at the pit and increase the total investment in hauling equipment. We might think that using large truck is better than using small truck, but it also has advantages and disadvantages. Using large trucks means fewer trucks required, which may reduce the total investment. Fewer drivers also required and reduce danger of bunching by the trucks. But the cost of truck time at loading is greater, especially with small excavators. Heavier loads also may cause damage to haul roads, and some of the large trucks are not permitted on highways. Next is compaction equipment and machinery. Compaction is a process of soil compaction that apply mechanical complexity to density by reducing the void space between soil particles. 3 familiar compaction machines that we always see are vibratory plate compactors, vibratory rollers, and smooth wheel rollers. Vibratory plate compactors particularly used on coarse soil like sand that contain 4 to 8% fine particle like clay, while vibratory rollers use the drum to densify soil, asphalt, and other materials. Like its name, it uses vibration transferred to the surface. Lastly, smooth wheel rollers. It applies static compression of the soil underneath their rolls. This machine usually used with granular soil. commonly used in compaction the base course of roads and paving highways and airfields. They also use diesel engine. Next is concreting equipment and machinery. There are three common mixers used in construction. The first one is batch mixer. Batch mixer is one of the most common types of mixer that is widely used to mix the concrete ingredients. It includes a revolving drum with blades or baffles equipped inside it. The second one is continuous mixer. Continuous mixer are utilized in large-scale construction sites, such as a production of dams, bridges, and others. It includes the usage of huge loads of concrete and additionally calls for non-stop go with the drift of concrete. The last one is self-loading concrete mixer. It is the combination of concrete mixer and transit mixer. It can mechanically feed, weigh, mix and discharge concrete, which is significantly enhance the work efficiency, lessen production fee and time. Fully equipped with an effective engine and four-wheel steering, the self-loading concrete mixer and operator. The last equipment and machinery used in construction is hosting equipment and machinery. These are some of the equipment which are tower cranes, chain hoists, and overhead crane. Tower cranes are used to lift capacity and height that usually used for constructing building. They are either attached to the ground with a concrete slab or connected to the sides of the building structure. The next one is chain hoist. It is well known as a mechanism to lift loads which is usually suspended from a beam. It consists of two sets of chains and a hook which is used to secure load or any object that are being lifted, while the chains are used to lift the hook that carries the load to a certain height. And the last one is overhead crane, also known as gantry crane, that is essential machine in factories or workshop. It is used to lift loads and heavy objects, designed and engineered for specific purpose or application to sweep a material. That's all a little bit from me about construction equipment and machinery. Thank you very much.